Hi, I'm Linda Piera-Avila. Thank you all for coming tonight. I'm a 28-year resident of Santa Monica. I work as a home health physical therapist, and I'm a Pico neighborhood resident. The polar ice caps are melting faster than we even predicted. We face resource depletion, the end of abundant, convenient, cheap oil, and the beginning of severe water shortages. Many of the causes and the solutions can be found right here at the municipal level. We need to power down our use of fossil fuels and transition up to solar and other alternative, imperative sources of energy and transportation. We need to go car light and bike, bus, and pedestrian friendly. We need to relearn rainwater reharvesting and urban gardening and permaculture design. We need to cherish our trees and curb airport and ocean pollution. I want to help provide leadership to enact resilient solutions to these and other challenges. I respectfully ask for your vote come November 4th. Thank you. I'm a team player. I think I could work with all of the colleagues up here tonight. Philosophically, I strive to seek for consensus, but if I had to choose, I would like to work with Susan, Jerry, and then a toss-up between Herb and Ted. Well, one of the things that Santa Monica really values is our diversity, and rent control is one of the things that enhances our diversity because it protects seniors so they can continue to live here, people of color, and low and moderate income people. I've been a member of SMER since I moved here a long time ago. I think it's very unfortunate that we've lost a lot of our rent control units due to Ellis Act and vacancy decontrol. And I support the creation of conservation districts to prevent tear downs and conversion to big condo developments. Undecided. I would lean towards, I'd lean towards no. Okay, well, just to follow up on some previous comments here are the little cards that the city will be starting to encourage people to give to homeless individuals to connect them to resources and housing and services. I think that our city has a great continuum of care programs to connect homeless people with services, and my time is up. I'd like to say more hopefully later. Thanks.
When it stops flashing, your time is up.
Oh, okay. Then I'll keep going.
No,
and I do want to give the homeless people respect, even if we do not panhandle. Give them money because they're panhandling. I think it's very important that we show them respect as human beings.
Thank you, Linda.
I agree, no. Okay, I'm going to vote yes on Prop T, yes on the utility users tax. I think we need to update the code. No on Prop AA. I think with the economic crisis that we're facing, we don't need to ask residents to go into further debt and funds from previous bond measures. This is the third college bond measure in as many election cycles, I think. Previous funds have not been spent, and the local residents, Friends of Sunset Park, have come out against it. Regarding the Measure R, I am for that. I think it will help to relieve traffic congestion. Thank you. Okay, well, this speaks to the land use and circulation element, which still is being worked on. And the question of heights is just only being studied in the loose. The exact heights are not going to be established until the zoning code amendments and implementing ordinances are written. So, but philosophically, I would like to listen to what the residents in the surrounding area want, and generally keep heights to a minimum. Thank you. Thanks. For now, I do support permit parking. I live near the car dealerships, and if we didn't have permit parking, the residents would have to be parking blocks away just to get to their homes. Ultimately, though, it would be nice to have more long-range solutions like transportation demand management programs where businesses provide bus passes for their employees, perhaps on-site showers for those who want to commute by bike. And I think businesses should do the most they can to provide parking for their customers and their employees. Thank you. Improved safety and beautification, taking residents' input into mind, and then with that in mind, taking into account what the land use and circulation element recommends, which, as I recall, would be that area Lincoln near Pico, mixed use with affordable housing above ground floor commercial retail, but with height limits so we don't canyonize Lincoln Boulevard. This would be near transit so that it would serve low and moderate income people in the affordable housing units. Thank you. Yes, I think it would go a long way towards restoring residents' trust in the city regarding trees. Well, my understanding is one of the impediments to actually dispersing property funds was that they couldn't find enough people to serve on the Citizen Oversight Committee. So I would like to, at the recent chamber mixer actually, I was speaking with a young man from Surfrider Foundation, and hopefully some folks from the Surfrider Foundation will apply to serve on this oversight committee, and others from the community as well. I think there could be more proactive outreach to get people to serve on this committee and implement the water management program. Thank you. Absolutely yes, I'm against outsourcing and privatization philosophically. How do you follow that? Okay, no, I'm not taking any developer money, and I think this does bring up the need for public financing, which would help to level the playing field among candidates. It would take the effect of special interests out of campaigns. It would encourage women and people of modest means to participate more in the public process, and it would make elected officials accountable to voters, more accountable to voters. Thank you. City staff is instructed to work on this and to produce a proposed budget which reflects these priorities and identifies trade-offs to achieve them. So then it comes back to the council in May for further modifications, and it's finalized again with public input. So in order to fund some of these priorities, I would recommend that the process would be for the council to give direction to staff first, and then later if savings are needed to fund them, staff would be able to identify options and grant opportunities and present them to the council in May. So priorities and adjustments in the budget could be addressed to help implement the programs that I would propose.
Are there any programs that you would cut?
I can't think of any that come to mind. I'd have to examine the budget and see. But I know that the city is contemplating buying some parcels of land between Olympic and Colorado in the industrial corridor, and I think that acquisitions of those lands, some of those properties, part of those properties could be used for community gardens. There's only 3 in the city right now, and there's a waiting list for each one. People want more community gardens. So again, like my colleague here says, you know, what the people want, you know. So I think a way could be found with prioritization. And to set an example, I do see some exceptions where having parking passes at the Civic Center might be appropriate. For instance, if the students have away games or other events that take them off campus and they don't get back until late at night, then I think that would be an appropriate circumstance to have them park in the Civic Center lot. But these would be special circumstances. Generally, I think they should be encouraged to take the bus and bike or walk or carpool.